Hi friends, so it's good to have you here. Um, we started a discipline challenge in a community I belong to, Pro Hub, and I tried to pick this book I read once before, and you just might have read it. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear, very popular book, very good book. I said, okay, let me pick this up to help me again build these disciplines, these habits that I'm trying to form and make sure I'm consistent at. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the insights, 4 insights that I gained from the book, or I revisited, and is really helping me build these habits. So the first thing, Atomic Habits, James Clear, it's talking about the power of tiny habits, and the first insight is that is the small changes that makes big improvement. Tiny changes make big improvement. So don't focus on making the big drastic change. Focus on small improvements. And here it says that the habits are a compound interest of self-improvement. Okay, I'll just share with you one of the habits I was trying to build, which is losing weight. Or one of the goals I was trying to achieve, better put. And I mean, this is very common to a lot of us ladies and some men too. So we're constantly trying to lose weight. Anyway, so one of the first things I tried, I went for the drastic method. I did keto, and I even went a step further. I got myself a gym trainer. I was so excited. I'd never had a personal trainer in the gym. I got myself a personal trainer and I started showing up, and trust me, before I knew it, I was lifting weights. I was pumped and I was enjoying it. However, I could not sustain it. And in that period of 3 months, honestly, I did not see any significant change, because what happened is when I got to the gym and sweated out and did a 1 hour 30 minutes workout, and then I got back, I ate meals that were way out of what I should be eating. I would say I'm doing keto, I'm eating all the oils and fat, and then still add carbs and sugar on top of it. So it didn't work. And I'm not saying this didn't work for some people. Whatever you're doing keto, whatever, it works for you. So that's good. So this is not about keto. This is about small improvements making a big change. And what I started to do differently this time is that I enjoy walking. Walking is something that is easy for me. I like to walk because I get to listen to music, messages, I get to pray, and a whole lot of other things. So what I did differently is that I went for walking. I started walking every day, and I did it for just about 15 to 20 minutes. I did not want anything that was going to choke me. I would do so much and I can't sustain it. So I went for sustainability, which is what James Clear is saying in the book, that small improvement. Today I walk about an hour every day, and I still go to the gym. I walk for an hour, which is like cardio, and then I go to the gym for about 30 minutes for strength training, and I've been able to sustain it for the past 2 months. So kudos to me. It says in this book that time gives the difference, the margin between good and bad habits. So it might look like it's small, but in time you will see a lot of improvement. It says here in the book that if you're able to make 1% change, self-improvement, 1% sounds so small. Every day you're making 1% improvement. By the end of the year, that would be a compound interest of 37% improvement. So stop trying to do the big changes if it's not working for you, and start with something small, something achievable, something little, and make sure that you're at it, and every day you are improving and improving. Second insight I'll be sharing, James Clear says here, screw the goals and focus on the systems. And this is so spot on. He says we do not rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our systems. And basically the concept here is that if you focus on the activities, the grind, the things you're supposed to do daily, on the routines, on the habits, the goals will definitely show up. So good to set goals. However, what you should be focusing on is the activity. So for example, versus putting my attention on the fact that I want to weigh 65 kg. which is a very stretchy goals for. Anyway, I want to weigh 65 kg by the December 31st, 2020, which is a very smart goal, time bound, specific, measurable, and versus focusing my attention on that. I should make sure that every day I'm working out and I'm eating healthy, whatever that means, healthy. I should be doing that every day. And if I'm able to eat healthy every day, eat my greens, be careful of my calories, and do my exercise every day, it might not be within the time frame that I want or I spoke about, but it will definitely happen. So forget about the goals. Of course, set goals. I'm big on setting goals and making plans because it helps me to focus, it helps me to plan, it helps me to know the direction, and it gives me the ginger. But much more, identify the systems, set it up, and show up everything. Okay, the next insight I'm going to be talking about here is that identity change is the North Star of habit change. Here, James Clear talks about the layers of behavior of change, and he talks about outcome, he talks about processes, and then he talks about identity. And he says here that the most effective way to change your habits is not to focus on what you want to achieve, but who you want to become. And that is so powerful. So powerful. Like it has tremendously changed my outlook to how I do things, how I build new habits. So let's talk about this weight again, and I'll use another example again. So for losing weight, I told myself, okay, what do I want to become? Just using this concept of identity, I see myself as a healthy person that lives a healthy lifestyle. So if I'm a healthy person living a healthy lifestyle, a healthy person means that I will eat healthy and I will do my exercise because I want to be fit. I want my body to be strong. I want my vitals, everything to be in place. I'm a healthy person. So see yourself, who do you want to become? If you focus on the identity and you're not focusing on the results, you will, it's the biggest, the most effective way for you to see change and for you to be able to consistently show up with these routines or with these habits. So I said I'll use another example. It's also about reading. A lot of us want to read, and I tell myself before the end of this year I'm going to read 24 books. I'm going to read 32 books, whatever that number is. Well, maybe I changed and I was trying, but maybe I changed my identity to I'm a knowledgeable person. I'm somebody that when I'm with people, I exude knowledge. And by doing that means that I give my attention to reading and learning. I'm somebody that is continuously growing and self-developing. So having that identity, it changes the perspective because I'm a knowledgeable person. I'm continuously growing. I'm that person. Then I read. Okay, so that is the third insight I want to share with us. And the fourth thing is really the key thing here is actually the fundamentals of the behavior change. Like, how do you go about these things? And James Clear talks about cue, craving, response, and reward. Cue, craving, response, and reward. So it says cue, make it obvious. So for example, I started journaling just earlier this month, and I was struggling. I would journal, so I told myself I wanted to journal because it really helps me to reflect, put my thought down, put ideas down. So we're not talking about journaling here. So I will struggle. I have a habit tracker when I'm trying to build a new habit that I used to check if I did that thing at the end of the day or the next day, and I was not being consistent. So in terms of making it obvious, so let's go back to number one. Out of these fundamentals of behavioral change, make it obvious. The first thing I did, or the make it obvious thing I did, was that I put the journal by my bedside table, not inside my bedside, and not on my reading table that is in my room, by my bedside, so that when I wake up and turn, that's the first thing I see. So I wake up, I stand up, and I pick it with a pen. So I take it with me, and when I do some of my first routines, which is like prayer, meditation, planning, I pick up the journal, and that's the next thing. So within like the first hour of the day, I have filled it, versus I'm trying to do it before I go to bed, or sometimes in the day it wasn't working. So yes, it was an interesting one, because I felt like I wanted to pen down the things of the day, but I pen down the things of the previous day and make it obvious. Then he talked about craving, make it attractive. Okay, let it be something. And in terms of this journaling, what I did was that I made it. I have this book that I use, and it's branded with my name. Temitope is on it. It's very pretty. I love it. I love the book. So the fact that I'm picking up this book that has me personalized on it makes it attractive for me. So and you can find that you can in other things as well, if it is in reading or going to the gym or any other habit you're trying to build. The next thing is, so we said make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, let it be making it okay. So let me give an example of the gym. I mentioned that I got a personal trainer, gym, and I now said I'm walking and I go to the gym. So what I did differently is that I moved away from my 20 minutes ride to the gym to a 3 minute walk to the gym. So there was a gym in my estate, in my compound, in my estate that I stay. However, before we moved there, I'd already subscribed to this other gym and this other trainer. So of course, I wanted to pan out my time there. So immediately I subscribed to this one because I wanted it to be easy for me. It was easy, so I just took my walk and then I walked to the gym, and I have my workout session immediately. So we talked about make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and then make it satisfying. And how can you make it satisfying? It's really like is the place of being able to reward, or the way the human brain is. We do what we enjoy, and we run away from things that we avoid, things that we feel punished at. So how do you make it? When I'm able to go to the gym, I come back and I have myself a like 5 minutes just break, sitting down, feeling good with myself. But the thing that gives me a lot of satisfaction is when I pick down my habit tracker and I click exercise and I click journal. It gives me this joy and this satisfaction. And so whatever we make, and we can do these 4 things will make the forming of habits much more easier for us. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Okay, so, and the last thing I would just say is that give it time, be patient. And I think James Clear talked about it. Be patient if you want to see that change. And I didn't talk about this, but there's this value of disappointment when James Clear was talking about the plateau of latent potential, where you're doing the same thing and you want to see this big result at once. And if you've tried to lose weight before, sometimes you're maybe every day you're checking the scale and you're not seeing progress and all of that, and it can be very disappointing. But give it time, be patient with yourself. What is important is showing up, and showing up consistently. And that takes me to the 2-minute rule. But this video is long enough. I'm not going to be talking about it in this video. Join me in the next video. All right, bye. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.